What's going on there? Strength family. All right, it's been a little while, so why don't I tell you what's been going on down here at the gym, huh? Okay, it's been a few weeks. Actually, it's been probably about 3 weeks. This is where I'm at. We are going to do a road to 500 on the bench press. It's been probably 10 years since I've been able to hit 500 pounds on the bench press. And I thought a lot on these past couple of weeks of how can I get what I need out of my workouts, still give you guys what you need when you come over to these videos that you watch from me, and how can it just all encompassing work together. This is what I've came up with, and this is what we're going to do. Road to 500 for me, to be able to get back to it, to see if somebody who's in his mid 40s can do what he did in his mid 30s. But what this is going to do for you, this approach that I'm going to take, I'm literally going to break this down to you guys so you can do this and follow the same recipe to improve on your bench press as well. Sound good? So now, when you're doing this, I am going to give you percentages. Off those percentages, you're going to base it off of what your 1 rep max is. All right. So what I want you to do is we have to go through and know what is your 1 rep max. That's the beginning of this whole thing. Okay. Do that first. Then we move on. So from there, once you get to know your percentages, then we can actually start forming a plan here. And when we form that plan, we're gonna get bigger, we're gonna get stronger. Now, go through your warm-ups. I'm still going through warm-ups. Go through your warm-ups the way that you should. I want you to feel that your body's warming up. Don't count your reps, okay? I'm going off of 500. If you're going off of 200, don't count your reps, okay? Not until we start getting close to our working sets. Now, let's start talking about working sets. All right, let's talk now percentages and where we're starting. More importantly, where we are starting together, all right? And we're gonna do this together. We're gonna knock this out of the park, all right? So, if you're under 250 pounds, I want you to go up by 5. If you're over 250, I want you to go up by 10. Make sense? So if your PR, and you have to max out first, your PR is like 210, I want you to go 215. If your PR is like 265, I want you to go 275. That being said, and right now, having the couple of weeks off, I'm at 475. So I got 25 pounds I got to make up. That's a lot. That's a lot to get to. But this is why we're doing this. This is exciting for me, and this is what's making me come back to, the YouTube world and try to get it to you guys as well. So where this is a journey that we both can take together. So now we go up that, I'm going up 10, and I'm just going to say 10. If you're under 250, it's 5. I'm going up that 10. Now we're going to start doing percentages off of this. All right. Now let's talk those percentages. All right. Still finishing up with warm-ups here. Take your time on warm-ups. Percentage wise, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take our new PR goal. All right. Week 1. This is where we're at. We're on week 1. We are going to do 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, which is really going to be maximum here, but you're going to be doing the percentage of it. So it's going to be 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, failure, many as you can get. Then we do a burnout. All right. Now I'll explain this. The 6 reps are going to be 75%. The 4 reps are going to be 80%. How do I get it? Use your calculator on your phone. Whatever your PR is that we're going for, either 5 pounds up or 10 pounds up, whatever your PR is, you're going to go to your calculator, you're going to put that in times 0.75. That's going to be your 6 reps, and then times 0.80. So we're going to be timesing it by 75% and 80%. That's going to give you your 6 rep, your 4 rep. Now, on that 4th rep, I'm sorry, those 4 reps on that very last one where I said failure. 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, failure. You're going to try to fail at 80%. You should hopefully be able to get 1 more out of the tank, okay? If you can't, you make it 4, you make it 3, make whatever you make it, it's fine. But you're going to failure on that last one. Burnouts. Now we're going back to 75%, but you're going to do an immediate strip set, and you're going to go down to 60%. So figure out your 60%. This is only for burnouts. So you're going to do 75 and then 60. What I suggest is this. When you're doing your strip set, let's say it's something odd. I'm just going to make it up. Say it's like 295 is your 75%, and then you have to drop down to like 255. Okay. Now, what I would do is set it up at the 255, and normally you would put on 245s and a 35. That would be your 295. Okay. Make it easy to strip so it's fast. So what I would do is I would set up like the 10 and the 5. That way you got your 255. And then at that point, it's like, well, I can't put a pair of 25s on, right? But maybe I can do some 10s. So what you would do is you would set up that last set here and then just kind of garbage weights, 5s, 10s, 5s, 2.5s, whatever you need to be on here. So you can just grab that stack, pull it off, lock it on there, get back underneath the bench. This is a strip set, superset. This is a burnout. This is like nothing left in the tank. You are just going to town, busting your butt. That's going to be what the burnout is. That's the point of this. We're just packing as much blood into the pecs as we possibly can. We go through and we do kind of a lower rep powerlifting side. Then we come through and we work hypertrophy. We just ripped and tore the muscles up, right? Makes sense? We ripped and tore the living snot out of those muscles. Now what we're trying to do is we're trying to flush them with as much rich blood as we possibly can, and we're leaving nothing left on the table. That is the point of the burnouts. 75%, 60%. Figure that out, and that will be your burnout. Strip it as fast as you can, get underneath the bench. I mean, don't sprint here because you're going to be, it's going to kick your butt. I mean, it's going to turn bench press into something that's cardio. And I guarantee at the end of this, and put it down in the comments, you guys are going to be like, man, those burnouts sucked. Well, yeah, they do. Do you want to get above? Do you want to get to that next level? Hey, Scott, how did you get over 500 pounds on your bench press doing stuff like this? This is a staple of what I've done, and there's many more different variations of this. But this is what we're going to do, and this is what's going to help you guys break through your plateaus. All right, this is my first set of my 6. All right, that's the first set of 6. Only got 2 more sets to go with those ones, but now we're on to our 4 reps. So now we're going to 80%. All right, so another little tip here. Just like your burnouts, what I just gave you, on your weights, your 75 and your 80%, set it up to where it's easy to take things off, okay? For me, I gotta go 365 and I gotta go 390. All right, now at that point, to go to 90 would be to take off the 25, put on a 35 and a 2.5. Well, it's easier just putting on a 10 and a 2.5 because you don't have to just sit there and, so, well, you can't put too much, take off the big heavy weights. You lift all those weights, you can't take them off. Just do something simple, man. It's easier to pull off the 10 and the 2.5 and just put it down on the chair, the chair, the ground, the rack, whatever you got. It's easier doing that. Set it up to where it's quick and easy for yourself, all right? And number 2, when you're going through, number 2, when you're working your percentages, all right? If all of a sudden, hey man, I do my percentages and when I do it, it comes up with like 252.5. What do? Do I go to a 5 or do I go to do I go to like 250 or do I go to 255? Or it's 283 or it's, 197. At that point, this is where you have to use your best judgment. Let's say in the beginning, you decide to go up that heavy spot, right? So you either go to the 5 or you go to that next number above. You go to the next 10, we'll say that. You either go to the 5 or you go to the 10. Well, if all of a sudden you do it and you're working through it and it's like, man, I don't know if I can get 3 sets of 6 with this. Drop it back down to that 5 that you should have been down to. Or not that you should have been, but then you drop back down to the one that was closer at that point. Makes sense? So you'd either drop to the 5 or you drop to the one below it. If it's like a 2. If it's all of a sudden it's like, I'm gonna make this up, 253.8 and it's really 254, then do 255. And if the same thing, if it's like 257.5, okay, go to 260. But this is where you use your judgment, and this is where you become a better self-coach for yourself to know what your body's really capable of doing. All right, so I hope that makes some sense here. I hope you guys have been digging this so far. I hope you're liking what's going on here. It's a little bit of a different pace, a different change, just something new that I'm trying here. Don't forget to put down in the comments if you like what's going on. Let me know what you're starting at. Let me know where you guys are at. Hey, what are you trying to do on your bench press? What's your goal? Is it just to go up that 5 or 10 pounds? Or is your goal like, hey, I want to hit 2 1/4, 250, 315, whatever it is, put that down in the comments, okay? And then on top of that, if you haven't yet and you like what's going on, hit that subscribe button, all right? That would really help the channel out. Share this stuff. Throw it out there. Do it to your lifting buddies. Maybe, your brother who hasn't lifted in a really long time. Whatever the case may be, you guys share it, you guys comment, you guys hit that like button, and that really helps the channel out, and that keeps me going big time, all right? Let's get back to lifting. Okay, this is the 4 set, all right? This is round 1. Round 1, there's 3 rounds of this, remember. Round 1, 6, 4, 75%, 80%. So this is my 80. You guys ready? All right. All right, that was a good 4. That was a good 4. I did a little bit of a pause rep on that first one. Why do I wear the belt? Some of you might know and some of you might not. Save yourself from a hernia. I arch a lot, as you guys can tell. I really throw a lot of arch into it. Some people like it, some people don't. I don't care. I arch. I've done it that way for many decades, and it's helped me gain on my bench press. It's legal because I have enough records on the wall, so I'm good with it. And while you arch, you don't build enough chest. I got a 53-inch chest, and I'm a short guy. I'm doing okay. So that being said, I like having a belt. I've had friends literally have hernias because what's going on is when you arch, you're opening up your abdominals. You're like fully opening your abdominals. Well, think of if we fully opened up our bicep and then started pulling with everything you got. There's a chance that you could have like a rupture or a tear or something like that. Just safety precautions. That's it. So now, that being said, that was decent. About what I expected to feel. Now, break time. I would give yourself a good minute and a half. Okay, because we are in that 75 and 80% zone. So give yourself about a minute and a half break. Let's not go 2 minutes, anything like that, okay? So that's gonna be your setup. 75, 80%, 60, 75% for your burnout at the end. 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, maximum on that last 4, and then burnout. And again, when you get ready to do the burnout and all that stuff, give yourself a good minute and a half. Do your burnout, kick the living snot out of yourself. Then at that point, go over to inclines, go over to whatever else you're going to do for chest. We are just focusing on bench press, the road to 500 for me, the road to 500, and the road to whatever your guys' goal is. And again, hit it down in the comments. Let me know where you guys are at. I'd love to hear from you guys. I really do appreciate it. And there's a few of you out there that ended up putting some very heartfelt comments in, and I do appreciate that big time. And I just wanted to thank you guys very much for that, all right? So I'm gonna strip my weights down, and I got 2 more rounds of this stuff to do in my burnouts. So I'm gonna focus on me and get this stuff going. You guys focus on you. Best of luck, stay strong, and I will see you on the next series to 500, the road to 500. All right, you guys take care, all right? Stay strong. Let's rock and roll.